Hello, hello. Let's see if we have sound. Hello, hello. Let's see, do we have any sound? Okay, it says we're live. It says we're live. Let's look at this. And let's edit the video. And we want to change the title. Editing ginger shrimp. Editing video. Hey Big, you say, hey Love Towns, thank you guys for coming coming by. I think this is the first that's a good live, yeah. This is the first live we've had this year. And it's fantastic to see everybody. Oh yes, I wanted to see if there's any sound. Yes, we have sound. So sound is a good thing to have in a live. So let's put that aside. Oops, let's go here. Dismiss. Analytics. Okay, there's our show. Oh yes, let's see if we can manage the chat. Open the panel. And Outfish, hey Outfish. Welcome to, okay, how come I see Outfish here? It's the wrong one. Okay, let's go here and see if I can find. Why is this not giving me today's episode? There we are. Okay, so now we don't want that. We want to edit the video. Yeah, so Outfish was here for the last episode, and I opened the wrong chat. So as I say, it's good to see you, I think. Let me just see. I think this is the first live of the year. No, we did sauerkraut in January. I guess we did sweet and sour shrimp. It's okay. So we've done a couple. A little bit of a hey, no clips. Thank you for coming by. Glad to have you on board. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can no clips, playing games. I'll subscribe to you. I'll come back to this later. I'll subscribe to you once this show is over. Let's give you a a wrench so you can follow up with other people and network as you wish. and get rid of my trolls. Okay, so what was I going to do here? Type show link to drop link. Okay, yes, send that. Let's pin this message. And let's edit a cooking show. Let's edit a cooking show. It helps if you can spell. And yeah, so Flora Margaleka, let me just, I will come back to follow you later on. Let me give you a wrench. Network as you wish. Animals Rule. I'm not familiar with that channel. Let's see what you're up to. 3 subscribers, 2 videos. Welcome to my live. Oh yeah, I love that, Flora. I will. I go through my chat at the end of the show and then make sure I visit everybody and follow everybody. So let's flip this camera around and go to what we're talking about, editing. Oh, pardon me. Editing this episode, which is ginger shrimp. Why did I do ginger shrimp? And I just did shrimp recently. Well, they were on sale at the grocery store. They were frozen, and I wanted shrimp. What are we doing? We're editing a video that's going to become a cooking video that'll be live on the channel. Today's Wednesday. I still have to do a little bit of work on it on Thursday, so it might not be live till Friday morning. But that's what this is all about. So we're talking about this, and if I have time, I'm going to look at creating some AI thumbnails and see if we like that. I know last time I tried to get AI to cooperate, and it did not. It did not. It was not sure why. I asked it to summarize a video. I think I asked it to summarize the sweet and sour shrimp video, and it summarized a video about steak. And it also said it couldn't access another one of the videos that was online. So it was a bit of an anomaly in the internet universe. So let me just move this camera here slightly. And I think that is a good angle. Let's just bring this up just a hair. How am I going to do this? There you are. So we've got most of the timeline. We've got the, what if I move this over a little bit? That way it's a little bit more centered. And so here, so this is the footage for this episode, large icons. And I bought myself a new knife, so I tried out the knife, and dealt with ginger in a way that's different from the way I've dealt with it in other times. And we end up with what ended up being a pretty good lunch of ginger shrimp. And I was quite happy with how it tasted. I might adapt one little part of the recipe. I think I said to put in 1/3 of a cup of soy sauce, and I might say that we should be using a little bit more, but that's basically what this is all about. So, without further ado, I have not recorded the captain talking about what it's going to taste like. I'm going to do that, I guess, again, tomorrow morning, so I got some other things I need to deal with tonight. I've got to prepare some, a long time I took a photo of a ferry in Toronto, a ferry boat, and it got made into a stamp, and there's going to be a presentation about that at one of the boat clubs. And I need to send them a copy of the picture of the stamp. So let me just go through here. So here, I guess one of the things I wanted to do here was okay, so I did the two tries at grading this, pardon me, this ginger, because up to now I've always minced ginger, but I wanted the yeah, thanks for that, Flora. The The videos about sailing in Toronto get a little bit less traffic than they sometimes do. That's a very a wonderful marina that's featured in there. The Marina 4. It used to be called Marina Pier 4, and they've changed the names of some of those things in there. So let's find, first of all, for the intro, we need the finished product. So here, this is our, let's see what this, okay, a little bit of flicker here. I think that's because the computer's been on for too long. You know what I'm going to do? Hey, Mr. Russian, thank you for coming by, and a couple of your friends have come by earlier to say hello. Let me just restart this because it's got a bit of a flicker in there, which is usually caused by video card challenges. Let's see. Let's see if it comes back happier now. There we are. We don't have that flicker at the bottom of the monitor. So what I wanted to do first was, hey Annie Stevens, thank you for coming by. Okay, I'm just looking at you. I can't remember when I last visited you. Well, I will definitely make I have subscribed to you. I will definitely drop by tomorrow at the latest. Thanks, Mr. Russian, for asking people to subscribe or give you a wrench, Annie, and network as you feel. I always appreciate that. Maybe if I like it, can I like it myself? Hey, I can like it. That's interesting. Not sure why that makes any sense, but okay. So here, okay. So we don't really need the audio portion of these. Let's get rid of that. And which one? So that's okay. Here we're okay. It didn't. I wanted to leave the audio portion there. So it's these two that we don't need the audio portion. You're gone. So that's garnishing it with sesame seeds. Which one looks best? So here, I actually sampled it twice. So that picks up a nice, oh, that's nice. Okay. And let's see what this one looks like. That picks up okay. This one looks better. Okay, so we're going to take this and going to make a copy of this, move it to the beginning. That's going to be part of the intro after the captain introduces it. Hey, yeah, Mr. Russian, thank you, thank you. I thought you had long lives. I'm watching people's lives today, and there's people like 9-10 hours. I guess everybody's trying to catch up on the watch hours. It's the beginning of a new year, so it's yeah, it's a challenge. Okay, so let's see, how many seconds do we want this to be? How long is this thing? It is 15 seconds, so we don't want 15 seconds. Okay, that's good there. And if we go 6 seconds, there's 6 seconds. Okay, so there's a problem there. I wonder, see, there's a shadow going by here. And that shadow is because of where my hand was in relation to the light that's shining over the top of that table. Maybe I should move that light. Do we have the same thing here? Yeah, we have the same shadow. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Okay, so we can't do anything about it. Let's leave it the way it is. Okay, there we go. And let's find a clip where we're cooking. And okay, here's the frying pan. Okay, shrimps. Okay, so shrimps. What is this? Does this look good for an intro? Let's just make this a little bit smaller. There we are. And see if we can see enough of it. That's good. Okay, I like that. That's going to be our cooking segment for the introduction. Let's get rid of that. Let's bring that to the beginning. Okay, so we only need 6 seconds of that as well. So where is a good 6 seconds? So there we're stirring, stirring, stirring. Okay, I like that stirring. Don't like that. It looks like I'm picking through the shrimp. Looking for something. 9 seconds, 7, 6 seconds. There's 6 seconds. So now we're going to have, the introduction is going to be that. And then that. And then we're going to move that over. And we're going to have the captain in there talking about how good it's going to be. Okay, so here, this one we don't want. It's, let's get rid of it. It's clip number 206. You're gone. You're gone. Clip number 206. So usually I actually rename this, but this was where I was just checking the focus on this knife. So we'll actually delete the clip. You're gone. And yeah, as I say, I bought a new knife. Pardon me, let me just have a sip. Water's frozen, it's so cold here. Water was outside. Now, let's see what's next. So, so we're cutting up garlic. We're putting garlic in the garlic press. We're cutting up celery. And we're going to put the celery aside. And the problem with cutting up garlic is it's pretty boring. Cutting up celery is a little bit better because it's nice and green, although this isn't the greenest celery in the world. Cutting up the ginger. And I think then the ginger goes into the pan first, right? I only did this a couple days ago and I've already forgot. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll cut up the ginger and then we'll, it's kind of interesting. And the thing is, it's ginger shrimp, so if we have the ginger in there, and what we're going to do is this, the celery, just going to move that up another layer so that I can get it out of the way. And then let me look at this, because what I did is I cut the peeled the, it looks very yellow, not very yellow, and it was more yellow than this, so maybe I got to check the white balance on that camera. I took that camera to the boat show, and I may not have changed the white balance back properly to, yeah, it's not as yellow as it should be. Okay, so we're peeling and we're grating. Now, do I want this piece? It's a more interesting looking piece. Okay, what if we start with this? Okay, so we're going to cut off a piece of... Hey, Rims National, thank you for coming by. I looked at you earlier, and you're still going strong. You're into like 9 hours, 10 hours, so I guess watch hours are important. So, but thank you for coming by. Really appreciate that. Every watch hour counts, and every interest counts. Okay, so if we start with this, and scrape, 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 okay. And then, so let's put this piece first. I like this one better. And it's yellower too. So either it was a yellower piece of ginger, or I changed the light, but I didn't change the light. So it must have been a yellower piece of ginger. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's see. So here we're finished carving up that. And what I wanted, there's a piece of ginger on the side here. I wanted that to be prominent. Let's make it bigger, smaller, so that we can see the activity. And yeah, just Rems, I've been following her lives. They're the vlog of the day, and always interesting discussion with the rest of the chat to see what she's up to, and it's an interesting channel. Okay, so here we are. So here we did this. Okay, so here somewhere. Okay, let's put that in there. Okay, so here we don't need how many seconds of this? This is a minute and a half of cutting. Yeah, see, partly the reason I redid this is I wanted to leave a piece of ginger root lying there. So we're going to cut it off. Okay, we don't need the whole thing. And then we're going to peel it. Okay, so we're going to start here. Let's get rid of the first two frames. And let's put that there, and then we'll have the captain in here, the captain and Tennille. Okay, how many seconds is that? That is 5 seconds. Okay, so we don't need 5 seconds of fiddling with the raw piece of ginger. Okay, and now we're going to trim. A few seconds of that. And then we're going to we'll have the end of that peeling. A couple of seconds of that. Oops. We don't want to ripple edit that. Okay, get rid of the peeling. Okay, now let's make this zoom out a little bit. This is the reason for shooting this in 4K, so that I can I hate those things. So I'm always afraid I'm going to cut my fingers. Haven't yet, but always afraid. Okay, so now grind. So grind. Okay, we don't really want that. Okay, so how many, now we're up to 48 seconds of grating ginger. Is that worth watching? Okay. Okay, we don't need that because that's a different thing. But we do want that. And we want that to zoom out. This is 53%. Let's go 53 and see if it looks good at that same, so the video lines up. Okay, so that's that. Now, okay, so we don't need this clip. Let's get rid of this. Used one time, clip number 11, 211, no, 311, 211. You're gone. 211, where is 211? 210, 211. Okay, so we're going to take this clip, which is the same. Does that look good? Scraping. Yeah, we're moving up. That's nice. I like that. That's a good pile. Good enough. Okay, so now we've got, and it's taken a whole 40 seconds, 25 seconds. So 25 seconds to, hey, Susanna Morzon, thank you for coming by. Yeah, we've got another one of these huge, long, all day lives. Nice to see you. I haven't followed people's lives in a little bit of time. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate that. Yeah, Susanna Morzon, nice channel to watch. Not a lot of talking, but a good chat. Good chat. Okay, so let's see. Now we've got that, and now, okay, so this is the first piece, a very pale ginger. Let's get rid of that one because we're not using that. 210. You're gone. Yeah, when I realized that I should have 210. A piece of ginger lying on the cutting board. I just ended up doing it all over again. So it's okay. What do we got next? A pile of ginger. Not sure why I did. What this was all about. Nothing there. Nothing there. Okay, so let's get rid of this clip. It is number 12. Project number 13. Okay, so let's get rid of 12 and 13. Delete, yes, 12 and 13. Let's get rid of the files, 12, 13. You're gone. I guess that's the thing about, hey, Flow Farm, thank you for coming by. Another mega long live. Flow Farm, I love listening to them talking. Love looking at some of the scenery, especially when he's got the bird bath going there. So, and it's warm down there, as opposed to freezing cold up here. So Flow Farm, yeah, definitely worth visiting for relaxing time. Okay, I don't know why my phone is beeping. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so here we've got a pound of shrimp. It's actually not a pound of shrimp. I think it's 800 grams. And okay, so let's bring the beginning in here. And we're going to marinate these shrimp. We'll have a few seconds to introduce the shrimp, 4 seconds. And now we're going to make some marinade. You know what? Let's put the shrimp at the end of the marinade. Because oh, thanks, Flo. Really appreciate that. Yeah, love the following. I do that a lot. I work on a computer and I do other computer work. So today I had 5, early in the morning I had 5 lives going. And then in the afternoon I had another 5 lives going. So just move all over one side of the screen, make them a bit smaller, and flip back and forth to get a little bit of sense of what people are saying, and sometimes jump in and out of the chats. But to a large extent, just support people that are supporting me. So you can't do that on a phone, right? A phone is a single-minded kind of thing, but on a computer, you can multitask. And I think I had 10 lives going at once to see what people were saying and support their endeavors. Okay, so there's this. So now we're gonna, let's make that zoom out a little bit. There we are. That's nice. Let's make it just a hair bigger. Partly because, see down here, there's the shrimp are already showing up, but I'm not going to introduce the shrimp for a few more minutes. So let's hide the shrimp. Make it a little bit bigger. There we are. Okay, and now we're going to put a 1/3 of a cup of soy sauce. That's nice. We're going to cut that there, and now we're going to add a 1/3 of a cup of sugar. And it's a 1/3 of a cup because, well, we're going to add the ginger. Okay, let's bring that in. Guess the sugar is next. And it's because I happen to just have a, thanks there, Flo. I happen to have a, oh shoot, I still got that shrimp there, right? So I don't want the shrimp, but I do want to see. Okay, so we're putting in half the ginger. I'm going to put a 1/3 of a cup of sugar. And it's a 1/3 of a cup because I happen to have a 1/3 of a cup measure, and I like the taste when it was done, and I'm quite happy with a 1/3 of a cup. Let's mix that a little bit. Okay, now we're going to introduce those shrimp. Where did my shrimpies go? Okay, we're mixing that up a little bit. We'll leave, I don't know how many seconds of this I'm going to leave. It'll basically be as long as it takes me to talk about it. There's the shrimps. How long is that clip? 4 seconds. Yeah, let's leave it at that, because I'm sure I'm going to spend 4 seconds to talking about frozen, peeled, and cleaned shrimp. I think these were $9 Canadian a pound, which is actually not bad. The much more expensive at my fish market friends at the St. Lawrence Market. So don't tell them that I cheated on them and decided to buy my shrimp at the grocery store. Not sure what that was. Okay, so here we got a frying pan. We don't need the frying pan sitting by itself doing nothing. A revealing project. Clip number 218. You're gone. 218. Where is 218? 218. Now let's see. So let's make this zoom out enough so we can see the whole tabletop. And we're going to add some regular oil. Later on I'm going to use sesame oil, but I didn't have much sesame oil left, and I think too much sesame oil is a bit overpowering. So I started off with, this is just canola cooking oil, and we're going to put in the garlic. Okay, so now we need to have some garlic to put in there, right? So let's take the garlic. And we're going to put this garlic over here. What do we want to do with this? So we started off by cutting up the garlic, and then we're going to put some in the, okay, so let's take off the first few frames here because there's no audio. And I didn't record myself cutting up the whole piece of garlic. It seemed unnecessary. Okay. How many seconds of that do I need? I don't need 10 seconds of cutting garlic. Let's speed it up. That's what we'll do with that. 140%. And let's make it smaller because I want to see the garlic press in the bottom there. Yeah. Took me a while to get that garlic press to fit into the view of the camera. And that's, so what did this go? This is 61%. Let's go 61%. 8:45. So we're going to stop around 9:15. I don't know if I'm going to get finished. Yeah, so that's an hour. Let me just have a sip of water. Still frozen water. Okay, so now, and then I fiddled around with getting it to fit, so let's fiddle, cut. Okay, why don't I go to 50%? %. 50%. That's nice, I like that. I guess I zoomed out a little bit there. Okay, that's good enough. We don't need the whole story of putting the garlic into the garlic press. And now, what are we doing? So now we're doing this. Let's take off the first second of that. We don't really need that. Hey, trim. There you go. And we're going to do that. We're going to take the garlic press and put the garlic in. Trim it off. There we are. So there's some sizzle sound. I don't know, we don't really need to sizzle. Okay, we're going to mix up the garlic. Now, so the question becomes, see here we're now 2 minutes into the show, and I don't want to have everything just prep. So we're going to move this over, and we're going to find, where am I cutting up the celery? Let's make this a bit smaller. problem is cutting up the celery. Thank you there, Flo. Thank you. Yeah, it's finely honed. Finely honed skill, and Adobe wants me to pay to renew my subscription. Last year I got this software free from Adobe for videos I uploaded for their stock site, and this year I think I got to pay. So I'm not going to go and learn DaVinci. I mean, I've used DaVinci, have it on this computer, but it takes me forever to figure out how to move clips around. Okay, so here we are. That's good. Oh, this is where I said I might change my thing. So this is just one stalk of celery. And later on when I was eating it, I said, gee, more celery would have been nice. And maybe I'll change my dialogue to 2 stalks of celery. Okay, that's a little bit too long. Where am I putting down the knife? There we are. That's good. Okay, I want to cut this here. I don't know if I really will like that clip. Because I changed... okay, so let's move... I don't want that green thing anymore. Does this prove anything? It's just sizzling. It's not even doing good sizzling, right? So let's get rid of this. Okay, so we don't need that piece. It's just that we don't, we've used part of the clip here, but I don't want this clip. So let's get rid of this clip. Review on project. It is number 220. Delete. Yes, you're gone. 220. Where's 220? There you are. Okay, so now okay, I'll put that in. Let's make this smaller. So how big is this? I'm not sure if I zoomed the camera physically or not. 60%. Let's go 60% and see what it looks like. Okay, let's line it up. Okay, so the edge of that thing is there. Okay, we don't want that. It's unnecessary motion back there. Brad Palmer, hey, thank you for coming by. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you for coming by. I haven't been to see you in a while. I guess I should. I will. I will tomorrow. Promise. Or at least plan. Okay, so what am I doing here? Okay, so now we're going to add some sesame oil. Add some sesame oil. And we're going to add the shrimps. And I'm using that slotted spoon because I don't want all of the sauce to fall in right away. I want to save some of the sauce for later. Okay, so now we're down to 8 minutes and 26 seconds. Plus the captain talking, and the ingredients will make it a nice 8-minute video. Okay, so here now I'm stirring. That was boring. Boring. Okay, what's this doing here? That's nice. I think I took a still picture here for the blog. Okay, there's the end of the action. Again, so this is all just cooking. And we can maybe trim some of this when I figure out how long the dialogue is talking about this. Because basically what I want to say is that this was about 2 minutes because the shrimp were getting nicely pink. Okay, so let's get rid of the beginning of this. And let's zoom out to 60%. So here we've got a close-up of the, let's go bigger. There we are. Okay, so we're going to bring in the leftover of the soy sauce and ginger. Hey, TYC, yeah, thank you for coming by. I don't understand the language, but I like the music. TYC is nice. It's all Indian. I'm going to say Indian. I know last time we were chatting, you said you're coming from India. But I like the sound. I like the sound. Don't understand it, but I like the sound. Okay, so now we're going to add a tablespoon of flour. Let's go 50%, 52%. And some people will say that's the flour is going to clump up. But if you beat the heck out of it with a fork, it makes a nice slurry. Okay, then what am I doing here? Okay, so now I want to show it bubbling. Okay, let's just get rid of the first 8 seconds of 8 frames of here because there's no sound. Okay, we don't need that much of the beating with the fork. And here we are. We're going to pour that in. And the shrimp are basically cooked, so all we're trying to do is add the sauce. And the flour was to thicken it. Other times I'll use cornstarch, but again, this was cooked at home, but I'm looking at cooking on a boat, and by the time you have cornstarch and flour, you got more stuff on your boat than you have room to store it in. So flour works for a lot of things. Cornstarch makes a smoother sauce and has some other good qualities, but it's just one more thing to... Hey, Tasty Peanut. Thank you for coming by. I think I was visiting you a couple days ago, and I'm not sure why. I guess, the notifications are strange. You sit there one day and you get 8 notifications, you sit there next day, and the whole screen is full of notifications. So I do appreciate the company. Thank you for coming by. The it's 9 o'clock, almost 9 o'clock here, and trying to figure out what happened here. I was monitoring the chat on another phone, and the phone died. So I thought I had it fully charged. I guess I didn't. Okay, so here, what are we doing? Okay. Oh, I guess it had died. Yeah, go away. Okay, so this was just to show the bubbling of the sauce, that we don't need 19 seconds worth of it. Okay, let's take this here, because I did taste it to see. I did taste it to see, okay, bubble, 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 tasting, and it tasted good. So I thought I needed more sugar, and I didn't. And the soy sauce was, I had a bottle of low sodium soy sauce, which they say is better for you. It probably is. And there was very little left in it, so I ended up using the full sodium soy sauce, and it tasted salty enough. Okay, and we had some rice that I prepared previously. I'm not going to actually include the making of the rice. Okay, we don't need this rice clip. It's 226, delete, yes. 226, where's 226? 226. You're gone. Okay, so now we got some rice on a plate. Do we even need to put rice on a plate? Does it? It's obvious if I'm going to have rice. Okay, some extraneous noises there. We're going to get rid of those. Let's get rid of that. Let's give ourselves 2 seconds of rice. No, we don't need a separate clip of just rice. I mean, I had a separate clip of the shrimps in a bowl, but the shrimps are important. The rice is sort of let's leave the rice. What the heck? I can talk about I'm going to serve it with rice. You know what? I don't really need this, right? I think. Okay, so we're going to put the rice. Okay, I don't need this clip of rice all by itself. It doesn't add anything, and I'm not going to make a fake cooking of the rice for this. Oh shoot! Now I forgot which clip it was. Let's see, which clip is it? So the one that we've got, 228, is, it'll complain if I delete the clip that's there. So 227, yes. So we don't need the rice on a plate. It doesn't tell us anything that we really need to know. And so we're going to mesh it out. Let's zoom out a bit here, 60%, why not? Okay, it's my hand on the remote for the camera. That's it. Dished out. Sharp eyes are going to see that I cheated a bit by adding a couple bits of Mr. Reginald. Thank you for dropping by. Appreciate the company. I'll come check you out. R.I.P. Eminem. Did Eminem pass? I missed that. Okay, so let's just for a second here. Did I? Okay, so this is clip 228. This is clip 229. Okay, so where? Okay. So I don't have where I was putting the garnishing it with some extra bits of celery. And other people that talk about Asian shrimp use green onions, sliced green onions. I had no sliced green onions, but I did want a bit of green. And I wanted a bit of the crunchiness that's provided by the celery. So that I'm just looking to see what happened to my. I thought I was looking at the analytics for this live, and they seem to have wandered. So where did they go? Analytics. There we are. Okay. Yeah, what happened to M&M? So there, and then I'm going to put some. Let's go 80%. And then okay, we'll take that out. This one I think we're using not what I meant. I think we're using this one previously, so we can just delete it. Okay, so it's 6 minutes, 35 seconds. Got to put in the ingredient list, which will be probably 15 seconds, and then we'll have the captain talking, which will probably be another 20 seconds, intro and extra, and the seagulls, and it'll be 8 minutes. So that's working out pretty well. So this is what I wanted to accomplish. It looks good. I'm going to mute this track and just let it run in the background. And yeah, so I was going to do some AI with the chat to look at thumbnails, because my problem always with, I don't know, I guess I'm not a good photographer. So I'm looking at this, and yeah, I mean, they're nice looking shrimp. They don't have tails, so I don't like tails in my shrimp when I'm picking them out of my sauce. But tails on shrimp look pretty, and they're very colorful, and I think that's an important part of what we want to do. So I'm just going to let this run for a minute here in the background, so I can just check to see if it makes any sense. And I'm going to put this over here. And I'm going to copy this, save that, and I'm going to, I said I'd come back and look at a couple of channels to get back to people. And so that takes care of that one. Who else was I going to come by and visit? Yeah, so that's a little bit too slow in cutting. I'm going to maybe speed that up. Yeah, I'm not impressed. It's not very green. Let me just do something here. Let's put an adjustment layer on here. That's going to fix the colors a little bit. Do some color correcting. And what I want to do with that adjustment layer, so that's green, right? So let's increase the saturation. That's better. And let's take out the little bit less overexposed. No, that has to stay. But I think I can make the darks a bit darker. So that's a nicer looking green. Okay, but here I need a bit more exposure, right? So is that destroying my green now? Again, my green is still there. My green is still there. Wish there's a bit more pink in those shrimp. So I wonder if I can do, let's create another adjustment layer just just for the shrimp. Another adjustment layer. Okay. Okay, what color is this? I want it to be a different color. Let's change the color on this thing. Where's the color? Color. Why is my color? Label. Let's make it pink. Where's the nice pink? Violet, iris, Caribbean, lavender, forest, mango. Doesn't look like any different color. You're gone. So what I want to do with this is I'm going to come in here. Oh, not there. I'm going to change the color of those shrimp and make them just a little bit more pink. Let's see. Let's make them just a little bit more pink. So we're going to go into HSL secondary. We're going, forget that. Let's pick the middle. So it's sort of a brown. And let's make it wider. No. Darker, bigger range there. And what we're going to try to do is make it a bit pinker. Yeah, that's too pink. What do you think? Does that look good? Let's see. So that's the nice, it's very yellow from the soy sauce. Let's move that to the middle of that clip. Okay, so here we'll see what color the you know what, it's not noticeable at all. So that's where we're going to end. Let's flip the camera back. We've edited this. I appreciate your company. I will visit everybody tomorrow and like and comment and whatever else I can do to support the people that are supporting me. So with having said that, I'm going to push the button on this in a minute. I'm just going to I'm just going to push the button on this and say, am I sure I want to stop streaming?